Welcome to today's episode of PathMonk Presents. Today I have an interesting guest with me. Joining here, we have Nat Guggia from Flytedesk, entrepreneur and marketer at heart, and co-founder and head of brand at Before You Apply. So to give all our viewers an insight, Flytedesk is a full-service and buying platform that is transforming college media by connecting brands and college students. It's an honor to have you on our show today, Nate.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. So for all of our listeners out there, tell me what your company does.
Yeah, so we are the largest college marketing platform in the United States. We have relationships with over 2,300 colleges and universities at this point. We can reach over 95% of all college students in the country. And so what we've been able to do over the last 8 or 9 years is help college media departments on campus monetize their inventory, and we bring that to clients.
Oh, wow. And that's really smart too, especially with the niche market with college students and universities.
Yeah.
That's genius.
Yeah.
So then what do you say your clients are, specifically just universities in general, or who else are your clients?
Yeah. So it's two-sided. We have a technology platform where the colleges and universities are our clients. They use that to bring their inventory to our customers, to our corporate buyers. We are a managed services company. So again, we have access to all the available media on college campuses across the country. And we work as a services agency to work with our buyers. We work with everything from political campaigns, who want to market to college students during political cycles. We work with big advocacy groups like Planned Parenthood and Vote.org and Peace Corps and things like that. And then we have big corporate clients like Adobe and Quizlet and Target and all the way down to mid-market, which I can talk to more. So basically anybody who has a product, a service, an idea, an initiative that they want to get in front of college kids in their native environment, they come to us.
Oh, okay, sweet. Really good. That's awesome. Yeah. Now, what would you say is your top acquisition channel?
So up until recently, in the political space, it's been kind of like political insiders, to be honest. So that's been organic word of mouth, heavily reliant on relationships and long sales cycles, and talking to political campaigns well before election cycle. Now that we're moving more into opening up mid-market channels and corporate channels, we've had a lot of recent success running LinkedIn ads, doing kind of an ABM approach, and then also highly personalized, very targeted, low volume email outreach is working really, really well right now.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you have a lot of different, avenues that you guys are trying, seeing
Yeah.
what's working. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because we just have different aspects to the business. We have politics and advocacy, which has its own relationship-based acquisition, motion there. And then we have we're opening up these new verticals. And so we're really in a lot of ways, we're testing a lot of things out right now, but we're seeing a lot of very early success.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome. You guys got a lot going on. So
yeah, we do. Yeah. And we're awesome. A pretty small team. It's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Everyone wearing different hats. So Now going on to my next question. So what would you say are the major strengths of your website, and where are areas of improvement as well?
Yeah, the website. The website's a thing. We just hired somebody with a very extensive brand background, who's in the process of overhauling the website. It's probably a common answer. It's the website's never done enough. I think our website right now, it positions us well from a technological standpoint. I think it shows that we have access to the media. Generally says what we do. I think it does personally a terrible job of speaking to our buyers. We're in the process of doing that. So believe me, it's been a big conversation internally.
Yeah, no, definitely. I understand how that goes, especially with, making sure that it works, it tailors to your audience, and then, how to bring in that new user experience to where,
Yeah.
I totally understand. So now we're going to switch gears and we're going to talk about you as the leader. So
Okay.
what do you do for work on a daily basis?
Yeah. So when I was brought in, I was brought in to find what else can work that isn't politics or advocacy. We are like really, really well established in those sectors, to the point where like the company from a revenue standpoint that has always done like very well in that area. But like in order for us to grow to the next level, we've needed to figure out how we can sell to corporate buyers, and figure out who those corporate buyers are. And so my job was to just like get in and like kind of start figuring that out. I'm a very like action oriented person, which is like a pro and a con. The way that like I learn is I just kind of start doing things, as opposed to there's like some other people take the approach of like doing lots of discovery and like lots of like initial learnings before taking action. My approach is like I just take action and then let stuff kind of filter stuff out, and I rely heavily on qualitative insights and feedback, because that's how I believe sales and marketing actually works, is like in the qualitative space. So that's kind of how I've done it. And like I just try to like honestly, when it's so brand new to a company and everyone's kind of looking at you to go like, okay, like do stuff and then tell us what you're learning. You kind of just end up leading by example. You start like making stuff happen that's never happened before. And then you keep sharing it with the team, and the team's like, wow, this is really cool. They get really excited about it. You start like helping them refine their processes, because a lot of times, like when you come into a company that has just been able to kind of like do its thing at a level of success that has supported the business, but there isn't like a lot of organizational structure, like, or processes in place, especially in like a go-to-market function, you're kind of the first one figuring that out. And then you're like filtering that down to the rest of the people. So that's what I've been doing since I've been here. It's going great. I love it. I mean, I have so much autonomy and trust and freedom to experiment with stuff. So like, I kind of just have gone for it. Yeah, it's working so far.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I love how you're like, I've gotten down into the weeds of it, as a team, like we're not afraid to, see what is working, what isn't working, and fostering that, don't be afraid to make suggestions. Don't be afraid to, make mistakes. And then, let's see, okay, what can we do, for this? Or how can we manage this? So I think that's incredible where, being able to foster that within not only your team, but where it filters down as well. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you just like, if you do stuff, if you like, I don't know, I just can't get away from it. If I just like, I just default to doing stuff. And if it's like, we're running like very low risk experiments. And so like the amount of budget that we're spending and the amount of resources we're putting in stuff, like, even if it doesn't work out, like it's great. Like when I talk about buy-in, like our COO is just like, he's so supportive. He's like, even if this doesn't work out, we did something, and it's not like we wasted a bunch of money, it's fine. I think more people need to just like have experimental budget and experimental like latitude to just go out and try stuff. And if it doesn't work, oh well, like you're going to learn stuff anyway. And you're also going to create a culture of action. I see too many people just sitting on Zoom calls or in rooms, just like strategizing forever, and like nothing ever happens. It drives me crazy. I can't. I'd rather have somebody like just repeatedly try stuff, and not have something happen than like sit in a room for a month and like show me a deck at the end of the day. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, definitely. Like how you said, you're a doer, like let's take action.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going to work. Definitely.
Yeah.
So now that we're coming close to the end of our interview, let's jump into some rapid fire questions. Are you
Sure.
ready?
Yep.
Perfect. What is the last book you read?
I don't read books.
Okay, then.
But I listen to like 10 hours of podcasts a week. So I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, that counts. So what podcast would you recommend then for our listeners?
that's applicable here. I would listen to Chris Walker's podcast. What's it called? Revenue Vitals.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't heard of that one, but I've heard a lot of good reviews about it. So I'm going to check it out myself.
Yeah, Chris is great.
Sweet. Amazing. Now, what is one advice that you would give yourself if you could, go back to your first day in your career?
Don't be so ideological. As I've gotten older and just have had more experience, I look back and I realize how stuck or dogmatic I was about certain approaches. And I'm continually proving myself wrong all the time. Yeah.
Definitely. I think that's really great advice too, where especially, within, our industries now where, there's no right or wrong way. And you can't be afraid to, go out of your comfort zone, make those mistakes and, be bold in your actions as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I want to give you the last word. If someone forgets everything that we talked about on our interview today, what is the one thing that you want them to remember about your company?
About us? That college, you can't market to college students the same way that you market to other demographics. It just doesn't work the same way. College is a very unique and special environment and moment in time. And so you just have to take a different approach, and you have to respect the fact that the level of brand trust that a college student has with their college or university is so extremely high that what you put in front of them during that 4 or 5 years, whatever, will have a very lasting impact and probably have the highest lifetime value of anything that you can do. If that's your demographic, you just have to approach it differently.
Yeah, definitely. Completely agree with you on that, especially where, when it comes to, football season, all the jerseys come out. Oh yeah, definitely.
It's crazy. I'm 44 years old and I went to University of Arizona and I live in California. And if I walk down the street and I see somebody wearing a U of A t-shirt, I have to say something to them. It doesn't leave you, And so there's this nostalgia and this connection that you have when you're 18 to 24 that you carry with you for the rest of your life. It's pretty, I don't know. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, to all our listeners out there, thank you so much for joining in on today's episode. We'll see you next time.